Oh,
The
what?
picture's not there, but
Okay.
Her name is on there.
it just says that she's primary for Garcia. It's just the
So she's okay. So I don't see her on Shrima, but she. Yep. All right. Had
Sounds
to.
good.
Didn't want to interrupt Mike Revo's conversation.
Yep.
So here we are. This is the
About their
first
Leona
game.
talk.
Yeah, yeah. This is the first game of the day. It is the featured matchup, Zaun versus Bilgewater. They are fighting for the title of coolest faction. Zaun does currently hold it. Getting started, finally. A little bit over, but no big.
Yeah, seems banned so far, Rek'Sai, Aurelia, Poppy, Ari, Bard, and Syndra, so a little bit of focus on the mid lane.
And for those of you who don't know, you can only ban people that nobody in the game can play. So Zaun cannot ban any Bilgewater champions. Typically, we just ban to make funny faces or make funny jokes. In this case, RIP from Zaun. A little bit of shit talk, no big deal. Are hovering the Blitzcrank.
Alright. So they go for Blitzcrank for their support instead of the Janna, correct?
That sounds right. I don't remember the roster right off the top. Wouldn't they do have
Ooh, the Kench.
unbench the Kench?
We've seen enough of that during Worlds, though. He's
Yeah.
been tearing it up.
We'll see if they can get the coordination for it. It's kind of a pick that can go badly if your synergy ain't all up there.
Yep, swallow the wrong person, spit him over the wrong side of the wall, and there's going to be some issues.
Else they are going to hover. I am a little curious about this Blitzcrank pick. We have seen it, been played in the jungle before. For those of you that have watched a few faction games, you might remember, I think it was Revo, actually Raid Call channel, or played it a few times, and they do have Nagarok on their team, who is rather known for unconventional support picks.
Alright, and it looks like the final lock-ins are going to be Kinch and MF. I'm excited to see that lane.
That'll be it.
Are there any other choices besides Kinch support?
For Bilgewater, no. Pull it up for all the viewers to see. Bison and Naga is bringing the war pick in the mean. Like, yes, Bilgewater could have gone Nami. Or support Fizz, I think I saw someone commenting on in Factions chat earlier today.
So we might still see a jungle Kinch or a top Kinch.
Yeah, he is hovering exhaust, but we'll see. So it is.
And if they do...
Go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just going to say, if they do lock in the Warwick and the Reconnect in, but they went with Jinx, you could have seen maybe a AP Warwick top if they want to go super unconventional, but it'll probably just be the conventional jungle Warwick.
Yeah, I am not sure. Sodal and Jinx doesn't surprise me. He plays a lot of ADC. One of his favorite picks. Naga Warwick, haven't seen it. A little excited, won't lie.
And he goes, is he going to keep that summoner, Ghost Warwick?
He might. Naga is very well known for unconventional summoners, unconventional lanes, unconventional builds, and somehow he gets more fed than everyone else in the game.
Let's see the teleport smite then. Go full Master Yi.
There you go. Teleport in just for the ult. And on the Bilgewater side, we do get the Gangplank and Diana double lock-in. Very squishy lineup in the jungle and the top lane for them. Might be a little worrying. And
well, the benefit is they do have the Kinch Diana combo, so Kinch can ult in and Diana can just start direct things, then he swallows her up, runs right back out. Ooh, the super dive.
Oh boy. It was the quick Victor plus Renekton walk in for Zaun and back over to Bilgewater where they are hovering Fizz. Like you said, super dive, super squish. I think it's going to be one of those comps that either snowballs really hard or gets beat really hard.
Yeah. Now, see, I actually don't like the Diana Fizz because they have Blitz. They're going to try going in, and then Blitz is just going to ult. And then Warwick's going to ult, and then they're just going to be caught out.
Really good thing. If they're going to trade, looks like everyone's going to keep it, though. They're holding summoners. They're pretty relevant to their... And as I say that, things get blocked out.
Oh, Soda going top with Renekton instead of the Jinx.
That is a little surprising. Might have been a better thing. Maybe TLDR AM Duck preferred to support or ADC over top lane. Soda is pretty known. Still anywhere he needs.
And the Renekton, especially in this patch, has been really brutal. You've seen him in competitive scenes. He's unstoppable in lane if he gets even the slightest bit of help.
Definitely, and he'll be up against that Gangplank, and Gangplank's not exactly known for his early lane presence.
Yeah, not at all. But he does have a much higher scaling, so if they can get this to the late game, Renekton will fall off, and Gangplank barrels will tear through the Jinx and the Victor.
I think that's going to be a big question, though, is how are these teams going to do scaling? Because you look at just the face value, Gangplank outscales Renekton, but then you look over, Jinx is going to outscale MF, Victor's probably going to outscale Fizz, so what can Bilgewater do with the idea that they might just get outscaled even though they need to scale?
Well, I think they have to realize Gangplank is going to lose top unless he pulls off some crazy stuff. He just needs to farm, get money, focus. If Diana and Fizz get fed off Victor, puts him behind. He can use that to invade Warwick's early jungle, and they can use that to snowball the game because they are very snowbally. If this gets to late, I mean, Victor and Jinx are just going to tear him apart.
That is really true. And I look at these comps, and I kind of feel like Zaun almost has the edge. Definitely just in compositional building, but also they seem like they have better engage. They have counter engage to the Fizz and the Diana, like you pointed out earlier with Blitzcrank ult. Like they jump in and then they're silenced, and they kind of twiddle their thumbs.
And they're just when you polymorph a Revenge, you're just gonna sit there and you get a killer.
Run around like a little squirrel.
Now here's the one thing I think Bilge really has in his favor is that if they try to go on a heavy engage, especially with the Warwick ult, they could ult MF, they could ult Fizz. Kench is just gonna swallow them. He's just gonna spam laugh as he walks away. So it's gonna completely nullify that ult if played properly.
Definitely. So it's gonna be really big emphasis on like the Tahm Kench working well.
Yeah, I feel that the Kench could really swing this entire game. I mean, ult in with the Kench, Gangplank ult on top of it, MF ult on top of that, and let your two divers just tear apart the back line. But if Soda gets fed, he's going to be able to type backwards. If Victor gets fed, that's game.
Just that simple. Victor gets fed, just win condition.
I mean, that's just general.
Victor gets to 10-0, Nexus just immediately explodes. You don't even...
It's the only way to surrender before 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. And the other thing I'm noticing is C-Drive took the Ignite on Blitzcrank, which means they don't have an exhaust for...
Ooh, I didn't see that. That's...
3 really high damage threats on Bilgewater that...
Yeah, that's a bad call. They should have gone exhaust.
It's definitely an aggressive call. I guess they decided they want to try and bully the MF.
How are you going to bully that? I mean, if you catch MF, she's dead anyway. Or if you catch MF, Kench is just going to swallow her.
And that is kind of an interesting point, is the Tahm Kench into Blitzcrank. You pull Kench and he's super tanky, so what's it matter? But if you pull MF, Tahm Kench just literally eats her.
It. I feel like the bot lane's going to have to rely on MF and Kench misplaying. Oh, seem to be loading into the game.
We are done with the 3-minute delay. We have no more awkward pauses that we have to try and talk through, which wasn't that painful this time. We are loading into the ever-important skin war that my lovely faction viewers that are here consistently will remember. There we go.
Oh, Earth the Manatee.
Oh,
Talk about a rare skin.
so let's see. We
And
have
then we
the.
just
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just commenting on Village has really boring skins. Like
Shots fired, Rob. Shots fired.
Sailor Gangplank. Like
We have Battle Boss Blitzcrank, Earth the Manatee, and the Mafia Jinx skin on Zaun side against Sailor Gangplank and Dark Valkyrie Diana side. Just in terms of numbers, that's obviously a 3-2 win. I'm sure everyone here can math. I truly believe in you.
well, see, the Earth instantly adds like 10 points, and the Sailor Gangplank takes away like 5 at least. So
I feel like that's pretty fair. I've never actually seen Earth the Manatee skin.
it's amazing. He's literally carrying around a dead manatee on his back.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
There's only one way to feel.
We are.
That's change around.
Doing the same myself. I've had many a viewer yell at me because I haven't changed around the darn.
You gotta make things look pretty, Deb.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
By the way, I don't think I introduced myself, bit of a mistake there. I am R3P, casting here with Nebulosis.
Oh yes, I absolutely forgot that like a twat.
We got the Bangkok Titans flare. Oh, and
Oh.
the CLG flare.
Well, Noggin's got faith. At least there's that.
Yeah.
He has faith in there.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Let the fields wash over you, because that ship has sunk.
Or like pretty standard charge. We'll see if they go for the invade with the Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you kind of have to. As a blitz, it's almost required. But again, they just got to pull MF. MF being a little ballsy.
They're pulling back, but meanwhile on top lane there's a little bit of a scuffle. Laser goes wide off the Diana. Ooh, Rex is kind of a bad spot. He wants to see if he gets his back there, but I don't think they're going to let him.
He's going to be forced to flash.
He is
Unless he
fighting.
pulls off some crazy thing.
He is trying to get this kill on time.
Oh,
He gets
no, he
ignited.
needs to-
Rex. Oh, the Q from
That was awkward.
the Q from Soda, and then the ignite comes out from the Victor and finishes up the kill. First blood.
That was highly awkward. Now, what did Renekton take first? He took Cole the Meek. So you know what he could have done? If he didn't want to waste flash, he could have teleported out.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Since Victor took laser.
Absolutely. Very, I don't know, very greedy that he didn't even try and flash the wall. He was trying to get the kill on the Renekton. Seemed like.
Yeah, I think he was hoping maybe Diana would throw a Q out and then he'd be able.
Oh,
No, there's no ignite.
Blitz comes in, annoys the bot lane to try to take the ground, pulls the Tom Kench, doesn't actually get anything else off of it. So 5 points for annoyance.
But you notice, well, Kinch doesn't have his E yet, so his health regen is not going to be that strong. Although he's chugging potions now, so actually got a considerable amount of damage off of that, even though they did hit level 2.
So small health pot advantage, bot lane. Top
Oh,
lane.
and Soda's going in on Gangplank.
A little bit of scuffle there, getting him some free damage, trying to push that early level 2 advantage he took over him. Scuffling out, junglers are going off the sides of the map. Finishing up with blue, Warwick finishing with Raptors, looking to head north, or maybe it is, not that Warwick's ganked 3-6 or anything to write home about.
Yeah, and you'll notice that Warwick is actually doing a full clear while Diana's just trying to get her blue buff after the red clear so she can start ganking. Warwick just wants to farm.
A very different in style, I feel like that is. And kind of questionable. I feel like they're both junglers that need to get 6 before their ganks start anything more than walk up, slap them a little bit, walk away.
No, I feel that's definitely true, but like what she's doing right here, she's going in with the red buff, so she'll be able to lock up Victor for at least a second if he doesn't flash. And Fizz is going in, Victor is forced to flash, and they're just gonna farm. So definitely a win from Diana.
But While that's going on, we do have another fight on bot lane. I believe the Blitzcrank got the pull in, got a lot of damage, but no kills off of it.
I'm really curious who he pulled in first, if he pulled in the MF or the Kinch.
I think he pulled in the Tom Kench.
My assumption... And he got that much damage off, so Kinch still hasn't taken his E then. Which would be, you think, critical for this matchup.
Yeah, likely, as we're saying this, as...
Oh, and Rex is taking the advantage up top.
Gangplank is trying to pull him down. Oh, meanwhile on bot lane, the MF gets pulled in, and just like you said earlier, Tom Kench devours her.
Yep. So we saw what's going to be a really critical interaction with the MF and the Devourer. But, very close to a kill.
Really close. As per true factions tradition, there is constant fighting. We never get a darn chance to analyze plays. All of that was happening. There was a fight on mid lane. Victor got forced out and had to back. He is now back in his turn. Another pull by Blitzcrank hits the rocket grab. The Tom Kench runs straight into the chompers, but Jinx. Oh, Zap comes out, not enough to kill him. Gonna start regenerating off his.
Well, actually, he popped the shield on the E, so he's not going to regen anything off of it. So unless that was necessary, it might have been a bad call. And MF is actually way over.
Oh!
He might get a bump killed.
Oh. The Tom Kench.
And there, folks, we see what happens.
Oh, that really. Oh, can't even talk though, because Dieda's coming up top, trying to chase out the Renekton. Soda just kind of laughs a little bit, pops out of the bush, taking some damage. Gonna try and slice and dice away. Looks like he'll be fine.
And we see why Renekton is so strong lately. His heal is just incredibly useful for these ganks. Oh,
we're trading
a little bit of counter jungling by Nag.
Yep, he is trying to get the bot side of Bilgewater taken away. If he can get the
Fizz is going in, and he might have a kill here.
Oh, the dot finishes him off, and at the same time, Soda starts to fight with Rex, but pulls out. Rex is out of health, out of mana. He's gonna have to.
Right.
This is gonna be a bloody game.
Fighting, fighting, fighting.
Yeah, this is one of the most.
There is non-stop.
Just never ending.
Now, I do want to point out that I'm impressed with how well Gangplank is going, is faring in this lane. He's got 30 to 28. He's going to get this wave, and remember, Renekton started with an assist.
Right, so he had a small gold advantage to start off the lane. And things are slightly quieting down, probably because everyone is back, so they can't fight if they're on the front.
I think if they try if they could.
Well, just like you said, Fizz immediately goes in, pushing that level 6 advantage. He hits Fish, goes after the Q. That's more damage, letting the dot tick down, trying to wait. Gangplank ult
and a really good
in.
Gangplank ult.
Oh, it takes the kill from the Fizz.
Oh, and I know from experience as a top laner, you hate that feeling where your laner gets fed by just standing still.
Yeah, absolutely. Rex pops the barrel with the parley right in the face of Soda. He's gonna do basically nothing, just go back to farm. We do have another fight on bot lane. Tom Kench grabs, runs away. I don't have enough words to describe all these fights.
But you see, yeah, it's gonna be a very standard Kinch thing. He's just gonna, someone's gonna get caught out and he's just gonna swallow it and run.
Yeah, like you said earlier, I think that's gonna be the really important interaction of bot lane. If he doesn't mess it up, they're gonna play pretty safe. If he does mess it up, he's gonna get full Blade Scotter. Oh!
Oh dear lord, what is going on?
Oh my, he grabs Tom Kench in the middle of the
And he tosses him into it, but it works!
Oh! The Ignite comes down, but
does he have enough mana for the Q?
There is a TP coming in from the Renekton. He's going to try and get this. There's no TP up from the gameplay, so he can't do anything. Soda finishes off the kill. Slice and Dice is in, trying to get on top of this. Naga's coming in. Oh, flashes away from the zap. Here comes the Super Decker. It's a miss, but Naga hits the ult and double kill for Renekton.
Yeah. And you can see that is quite the dead catfish.
Oh.
Warwick gets the kill, I believe. Oh no, he just gets the assist.
Yeah, the Renekton got the double. And really, what started that fight seemed like Tom Kench almost had too fast of reactions. Oh, but as I'm saying this, Fizz pops
Oh, hold on, we got a fight mid.
Ignite comes down on Victor.
Oh, and the counterplay.
Oh, Diana's trying to
Victor's
kill, but she gets pulled in her tower.
What is going on?
Oh my. I'm not even going to try and describe that play. The end result is 2 kills for Bilgewater, 1 kill for Zaun.
Good lord. Yep. Now the key thing is that Fizz is getting a lot of this gold, so that's actually the best outcome for Bilge. But Blitz being there, oh, and a little bit of flash with flare.
Oh, close, Jinx, don't. You're gonna get away, just barely. Oh.
What happened? How'd she get so low?
She was trying to take the Krugs and just miscalculated health, it seems like. Oh, so taking a small second to recover from this action. Let's look at the results. There is a 24, right. That is CS lead for the gang points, but Soda has another kill on him, but Soda goes straight in, slice and dice, stuns him up. Super goes wide, but Soda's going to keep trying to chase this. He just needs one more stun. Can he slice and dice through the lanes?
Oh, my lord.
Oh, and...
Unreal. I can't believe he got out of there.
Rex Truff gets away.
Yep, and he didn't have scurvy for another about 4 seconds, so... If he was willing to risk it, Soda might have been able to get the kill.
Maybe, been super aggressive, but he might have been able to pull it off.
Yeah, really not worth it when there could have been a Diana coming up in the jungle. He doesn't have any wards, so he made the right decision. Just it's got to be tough seeing that kill just walk away.
Yeah, definitely. And he will get a small CS advantage, it seems like. Negating that.
More fighting in the bot lane.
And mid lane.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, nothing's changed.
Oh, and Fizz gets another kill.
Yeah,
so we're starting to see what we talked about earlier.
Oh, and Naga comes in. Bullets on the Tom Kench pops shield. Is he gonna go down? Looks like they're gonna give the kill over to the Jinx. Oh.
Looks like Catfish is on the menu today. Good lord.
The League of Seafish.
But on the opposite side, we do have Fizz, who's getting revenge for his fish brother by just stomping over the Victor. Victor can't even get in lane without Fizz just going in on him.
Yeah, it's still early, only 11 minutes in, but it seems like this game is turning into two, I'm going to say, polars of where the gold's going to be. For Zaun, you're getting behind in your middle laner pretty hard. Victor's having a rough time 1-4 in lane. But your bot lane is doing pretty good. Your Jinx is 103. She's got a negligible CS lead, but a CS lead nonetheless on MF. Your Renekton's going even. But the flip-flop is Bilgewater's getting ahead on the Fizz, who everyone's been stomped by a Fizz at least once in their lifetime.
Now, the gold lead's only about 5k, but it's in Zaun's favor. So there's that to consider. But I think the key thing is here, remember our win conditions? Renekton, even though he's got a lot of gold, he's gonna get useless.
That's
and
true.
they need, and Victor fed means a 1 game, and he's not getting fed.
Definitely. The Victor's falling pretty far behind, so I guess they're going to have to rely on the Jinx late game for damage.
Yeah. And you'll notice another thing is that Tom Kench currently has 2,300 gold, and Blitz has 2,800 gold with his 2 kills. So that's all the gold lead right there.
And speaking of the 2 kills, but cutting me off, just a little bit of trading top. Nothing to write home about. Speaking of those 2 kills, Blitz has bought a Mage Eyes style point.
Oh, Lord. I have the gold up.
Oh, and there's another fight on mid lane. Victor throws down the gravity shield, but he gets immediately popped down. Naga ults Diana, but it's
bad
just
luck for the Warwick.
He takes a tower shot plus the Super Mega Death Rocket, and that kills her! Oh my word!
Yeah, excellent rocket by Jinx.
Oh.
That had to be some communication, so he must have said rocket that he was going in for the Warwick ult for her to send the rocket that early, so great communication.
It really seems like just a beautiful, beautiful play. And another kill over to that Jinx.
And I wonder how many more times we're going to be able to see that move as this progresses and more into the team fighting zone. So I would like to see it. Ooh, and a smart dodge by Soda.
Nice, he pops the gold. This seems like he doesn't survive though.
If this is coming up from on the backside,
Oh no.
I believe that's the dead Renekton.
There is no Q. Here comes the Ignite. So does the stand still. Oh. Oh.
And a little bit of a BM.
A little bit. Pop with the Flash Wolves. They're our number one, so I suppose it's a respectable thing to...
Ooh. I forgot about that. That's...
That hurt you a little bit as a CLG fan?
I don't want to talk about it. I like C9 more anyway.
Everyone likes C9 more when they're winning.
Hey, I have the old icon from C9, the one before, when they're like in 9th place.
Oh, okay.
We see some action in the jungle,
Oh.
and Blitz steals the Diana.
Nice,
Would have been better for the Warwick, actually.
Details. I think it was the rocket grab that got it. That comes down a little bit harassed. Zaun kind of jogging around like they want a siege. They certainly have good siege between the Blitzcrank and the Victor laser insta-clear, then kind of zone and scare Bilgewater off trying to defend it.
Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit about wave clear, because the Bilgewater has very little of it. At most, they have static shoes on Gangplank and maybe a Diana Q, where if you look at Zaun, Jinx, Victor, they're going to be clearing waves much, much faster. You can see how much trouble they're having with it at their own tower.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and especially when you start getting that Blitzcrank if they get a true advantage. And as I'm speaking, more fighting. Stun coming down.
Yeah, I was just about...
Go to 2 barrels. Top lane just a
But it
wet
seems
noodle
with
fight.
their healing, they're kind of counteracting each other. Which is surprising, seeing as they both have Black Cleaver. Oh, and Soda goes in.
X actually popping.
And there's just more farming.
This is true top lane right here. Oh, and he does pop the ult. Looks like he wants it more for the wave clear. I feel like that itself, that play, is rather indicative of some Bilgewater's problems, like you said. That you have to pop your really big cooldowns to get any good wave clear. Especially when you get the Blitzcrank.
Right.
They can start zoning people on tower if they ever get ahead. Bilgewater's just going to have to give up towers left and right or get dove.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of the Bilgewater comp just because they need to get ahead to win, and they don't have a super snowbally comp. They do have the Fizz, and that's going to help a lot, but I feel like a different ADC is what's really needed here.
Maybe so. They could have gone with... I remember Bilge... I think it has Graves. Possibly could have done that. Not that... I feel like it would have been similar threat as now. Oh, but they might...
Oh, and we got the catfish caught out.
Oh...
Then he swallows the Blitz for a last meal.
Yeah. Last meal before his death. How kind of Blitzcrank.
Not sure I would have chosen that one. That's got a lot of metal bits.
It's got a lot of iron, I'm sure. Oh, Diana jumps straight. She's gonna go for the dive. Soda's gonna turn. One more hit. Oh, he gets the kill, but can he get away from the Gangplank? Gangplank does get the final kill. Meanwhile, Fizz on mid lane going down. Hot Ignite, Hot Q. One more auto. Those dots are gonna take him down.
That's a dead Fizz.
Fizz ready for his like rocket grab.
And then that flashes in to heal.
She's gonna try and take Victor down before she dies. She might just get it.
Oh my god. Oh!
But she turns the Blitz, but the Ignite's gonna take it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Oh, and Warwick's diving. And Fizz is dead. And nobody is surprised.
That Kenchel
Can he get the last hit? Can he get the last hit?
Oh!
Hey! He wants the second kill.
Oh,
Good
so low. I don't think this one's gonna work with Tom Kench, but he starts to fight. Oh, the Gangplank ult does come down, giving him a little bit extra damage. Superman Gangplank comes in, plus the Q from Nago finishes him off. Not sure about that one.
He might have actually taken it if he'd gotten the stun off, which was about to come up in about half a second. But the Jinx Rock is what really sealed that. Another great communication between Warwick and his ADC.
I feel like that's just been a bit of a story. This is a lot better synergy. Oh,
Dead.
Diana doing Diana thing.
And they've got two of those this game, Diana and Fizz, so expect that quite a lot. But she's going back to the dragon. I think this is a little bit risky. especially with teleport up on Renekton.
And then, oh, careful, she dodges off the gravity stun, plus the laser from Victor. Oh, Diana, really low health. Here comes the rocket. Here comes the rocket grab. That finishes her off. Blitzcrank takes the kill. Jinx is going to finish off this one on MF. Soda running for his life. Might just have to turn and fight. He takes a bunch of damage. If this barrel hits, he's done. Parley comes down, not enough. He turns, pops the ult.
Oh.
One more hit. Oh!
And the outplay.
Beautiful play by the Renekton.
And you're definitely seeing why I despise Renekton. He is a very difficult champion to outplay because he's got massive tools in his kit.
Oh! Beautiful rocket grab, gets the pick on the Fizz.
And they're having fish tonight.
Yeah, that just kind of seems like the Zaun motto for this game. We gonna eat fish. We gonna have some fish, we gonna have some catfish, and we gonna serve it up real good. Oh, a nice dodge by Soda. Ult. Oh, Gangplank ult misses, Soda might just get away.
I'm actually impressed with the damage from Diana there. I expected Renekton to almost completely turn that around on her. But you see we've got the Hungry Earth coming in, and yep, dead.
Oh my word. And that's not even a contest.
Yep.
Really?
Warwick can be a scary dude.
It's really hard to sell the work when he's got Tal'Dorei on you, and he's just not going to give a single care in the world. Turns ult on the fish.
He didn't even use ulti.
Oh, the Trickster doesn't go over the wall, and he gets killed. Oh, Tumkinch finishes the ult.
And Kinch really needed to cancel that.
Oh my. He really got served
Kinch
up on
really,
fire
really
there.
needed to cancel. Oh, God. And
Oh, and this is just a big snowball for Zaun right now. Grabs, nice rocket grab. Plays it nice. There goes Gangplank. That's 3 down. They're going to look to take this tower, and maybe more.
I'm telling you, man, the Sailor Gangplank. It's not what you need for this.
Is it the Sailor Gangplank skin is holding them back?
Yeah, I mean, sailors catch fish. You're trying to be with the fish. The only way to be with the fish, the Sailor Gangplank, is to sink.
Oh, and the Chum the Waters comes down, his Blitzcrank pops up. Just a little bit of kind of poke damage. Not the most conventional use of the Fizz ultimate, but a use nonetheless.
Oh, Blitz with another grab.
Oh man. And Tomcatch is gonna go down.
And he's dead.
Chaos Storm. Oh, Diana gets hit with a zap. One more auto. That's it. That's a crit. That's a kill.
Yep, so that's 2 for nothing. And this was an extended fight, so.
Very extended fight. Oh! Naga turns.
Warwick's
on
going
the
in.
Fizz, gets the Thunder Strike, finishes off. He does go down. Zap comes down. Hits Gangplank, but.
Yep, and that was just pure disrespect from Warwick, saying, I don't care if it's 2 versus 1, one of you is dying.
And he got the kill just like he wanted. He is building full damage right now. State of Devour into Wit's End, into looks like he is finishing up a Void.
Yep. It's about the message.
Got the message. Speaking of messages, we now have 2 stacking items on the Zaun bot lane. A 13 stack Occult Sword for Jinx, and a 12 stack Mage Eyes for the Blitzcrank. Didn't think I was going to say that last one in the game ever.
Well, 12 stacks on Blitzcrank, which will be highly not even effective. It really won't do much, but it'll add a little bit of ult damage. But really, we talked about how Kench can save anyone from a Blitzcrank hook. Well, he kind of can't save himself from a Blitzcrank hook. So
He is a very slow target, and really big target, so it's pretty easy for free pulls. Tries to hit by Chomper, pops his scurvy, still gets killed. Oh, and
that's actually going much better than I thought it would.
And much better. Diana coming, cleaning house. Naga's going to turn around. He's looking for a Hungering Strike, hits that Fizz. Urchin strikes in. Here comes the Trickster. Is it enough? No, he's going to live, but Diana's going to take the kill. Diana trying to clean up on the Blitzcrank. She ults to him. Oh, and she gets 1 kill, but Victor finishes it off. Tomkinch ults in. Gonna try and clean up. Not
and
sure
this
if
fight
he's gonna get
still
on
is not over.
Oh, the flash over hits the Q for the slow. One more auto's gonna do it. Chaos Storm comes down.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, he missed. Oh, but the Gangplank ultimate takes it.
Oh man. So let's attempt. Let's take a few seconds to try to talk about that fight. Holy crap, that was at least a 2-minute fight, and
Oh my.
really dropping the ball from Zaun. Bilge had no reason to win that, especially with how Zaun's comp scales. But you saw Warwick switch targets at a really key moment, going after Fizz instead of the low MF, and I think that's what really changed that fight.
Yeah, and when I was watching that fight, it seemed like Diana just had a free flank on the back line of Zaun. Seemed like a really big positional error by them.
Yeah. And we've seen fantastic blitz hooks the whole game, but that time I don't know, MF was right there. And everybody,
And speaking of
the devil,
hooks, he gets a rocket grab onto the Gangplank, has to flash back over the wall to preserve his life.
oh, that's why they're winning. Blitzcrank has a hook.
So, and a pause is coming out. Not sure what's going on. Those of you who are unaware of the rules, you are allowed 5 minutes of pause time. If anyone has a disconnect problem or ping problem, you have 5 minutes to pause.
And Ken seems a little bit upset. Might be about the disrespect stacking items, but that might work against their favor if they keep dying.
Yeah, it almost feels like Zaun's going
Another
more for the
dragon.
style points at this time, and less so for the let's finish the win.
Yeah. I mean, when you've got the full damage Warwick, there's nothing but style points.
Oh, it's Shovel not enough in time to the Warwick ult though, and Tompkins just gets popped. Trickster tries to come out, Burn's gonna finish off Fizz. Nice dodge by Warwick.
Yeah.
Harold, Diana.
And Warwick at this point can go anywhere.
Warwick at this point is diving 3 towers deep. And he,
Yeah, he can go anywhere, do anything, including die by Diana.
but as he does that, no one's there to defend towers, and that's what 3 towers is on.
Yeah.
Not that I think that was the most
Yeah.
efficient way to get that tower.
Yeah, he didn't need to sacrifice himself for it. He's having a little bit of fun. They could have taken that tower and probably the inhibitor if he had stayed alive, just because the threat of him is so large. And they might try to set up some vision for a bear in play, so that way they can just storm the base with minions and pretty much end it.
Yeah.
Alright, so Neb, let's talk about how does Bilge win this, because they're 4K goal behind, which isn't a lot, but they have definitely the inferior team comp when it comes to later games. No wave clear and all dive.
For me, looking at their comp, I don't think they're going to 5v5 very well. I think they're going to have the same problems they have the whole time. I think they need to rely on mistakes of Zaun. Speaking of which, we have a
just like this
overextended
one.
Victor. Yep. Mistakes exactly like that. You need to catch people that are mispositioned, you need to catch people that are overextended, and then the big thing is when you get those advantages, do something with it.
Yeah. Now what that means for me is that they're going to need a ton of vision. Oh, another pause. That gives us the 2 seconds to talk about the game, which is the only chance we'll have when they go back to fighting.
Yep, that is.
But yeah, they need some serious vision. They can blow up the Jinx or the Victor in seconds, but if the Blitz, Warwick, or Renekton is there at all, there's nothing they can do. Now, they might be able to take out the Warwick if he's alone and you have Diana and Fizz, but apart from that, they've got to get those carries alone, and then you still have to deal with Warwick, who can almost 5v1 at this point.
Yeah, he is getting absolutely terrifying. He's starting to build tank too, so he's going to be able to take some damage himself. And speaking of the Warwick and the Jinx, really, because I feel like they're the 2 big damage sources right now. Victor's starting to scale up, but he got put a little bit behind in early mid-game. I want to talk about itemization and looking at Bilgewater. Not, in my opinion, not very good itemization against these 2 threats. For Warwick, you want to stop his ult, you want to make him useless, you get him Mikhail's Crucible, you cleanse his stress. It should work against it. Unless
Yep.
I'm mistaken, at which point I apologize for being bronze. Second, there's no Frozen Heart. There's no Frozen Heart for a Warwick that's auto-tech based, for a Jinx that's auto-tech based. No, nothing
That's
to
very true.
slow these guys down. And
Well, here's the problem with that, though, is that who's going to really get it on their team? Gameplay needs to build full AD. Diana, I guess. Kench, you'd want it to, but he really needs he needs so many items right now. And I think talking about items, the critical thing is look at Fizz's build. He built a Luden's Echo, when a Zanyu's would have been really good for this game.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, gives him a little more damage, gives him that Luden proc, obviously. I don't know. Very greedy builds, I think is the word I'm going to use.
Oh. And we have Warwick attempting to solo Baron, and is kind of succeeding. But we do also have Diana on the bottom lane, taking the tower by backdooring.
And unfortunately, they do have vision.
And that Diana move might actually...
Oh, and Naga's gonna survive
Good
because he
lord.
starts lighting him up. While he does go down, Soda's stuck 1v3. Meanwhile, Diana has died on bot lane. Soda might... Oh, he almost cleans house.
They survived that by the skin of their teeth. They kind of just pressed attack move and put us somewhere around the Renekton, because
I feel
that
like,
was almost terrifying.
I feel like the fact that that fight was even close is a testament to how behind Bilgewater is. Even if it doesn't show necessarily in gold, a little bit of itemization, a little bit of just kind of everything coming together. Like, they had no right, Zaun had no right getting close to even winning that fight.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a full damage Warwick, whose one weakness when he's so strong is if he's caught out, he can't do much. He's got no gap closer besides his ulti. He gets CC'd and he dies.
And that is...
So he's still managed.
Yeah, we keep going back to this comp thing with Bilgewater, but there's not a whole lot of hard CC on the team. There's not very good point and click. Kench needs 3 hits, as Zeta's Diana's taking a fight with Victor. She's going to try and get the kill, but Soda does teleport in. He flashes away, she's got the matter, Slice of Dice comes up, here comes the stun, Cold Meat comes down, one more hit! That's the Cold Meat, and that's...
Alright, so that's a 1-for-1, but...
Oh, no, he's gonna get... Is he gonna kill them both? Oh my... I don't even know what he did there. I think he auto-attacked and occasionally hit Q.
Like I said, he attacked, moved, and mashed his face into theirs. And he's almost full health again. Yeah. They really need to also do more to cripple this Warwick early. They kind of just let him farm, do whatever. They were never in his jungle. And with Kench, Fizz, Diana, you could have been all over that.
There's like a lot of missed opportunities for Bilgewater.
Yeah.
3 hit comes down, that's a stun onto Renekton, who might try to devour Diana Q's, and then falls in, Fizz Trickster's in. But while they send 3 people top, they're losing a tower bottom.
Yeah. And look, not enough wave clear. There's nothing, even if they sent all their people there, the only way they get them off the tower is by killing them.
And while the gold lead may not show it, I feel like it goes back to what we said at the beginning. Bilgewater made a comp where either you jump really hard or you lose really hard. And we're kind of seeing the latter. It may not show necessarily in the gold lead, but they're getting run around the map. Zaun really has only died to their own mistakes, less so from Bilgewater being able to rotate on the map and outplay them.
I mean, for God's sakes, you have a Sword of the Occult and a Mage Eyes on your bottom lane.
Yeah.
So
The fact that Blitz,
I think that sums that up.
The fact that Blitz built a Mage Eyes at, I think it was 8 or 10 minutes in, is like a microcosm of this game.
I just want to say he has 178 attack power, by the way.
Oh my god.
I just feel like I needed to mention that.
No comment. No comment.
He only has 100 less than the Diana. He only has 100 less than Diana.
And if he gets a few more stacks, he might match her.
That's terrifying. Yeah. Again, with a comp like Village has, they needed to just make Zaun's jungle their own. Completely get that pre-Warwick 6, ward it up heavily, get the catches out. Because I feel like if they're ahead, they're going to be very hard to stop.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. My one problem with this type of comp, I don't have a problem with the super snowbally comp idea. It's that when they drafted this comp, they had no way to press that advantage. They had no way to like force the snowball. Every snowball comp should have a way through which they can snowball. They've got a Fizz which can get some picks, but that's good. Gangplank has an ultimate to start some fights if you need, but...
and here are the two things that are critical, and they're about to get Baron almost solo. Bilgewater has almost 0 CC and almost 0 wave clear.
Which I feel like is the two most important things for if they're going to siege and try and force down advantages.
Right. It also makes catches very difficult. So, I'm going to bring up the champions they could have picked list and see what other options they had. If I can manage this feat of engineering.
A difficult thing to manage the internet. I've been looking for the end of the internet for quite some time, but I've yet to find it.
Alright, so Bilgewater, as we listen to the left, Fizz, Gangplank, Graves, MF, TF, Diana, Pinch, Jax, Nautilus. I like Pinch. I feel like Jax might have been a little bit better than the Gangplank. Maybe... Oh. And we've got a murder spree.
Well, Fizz kills Zanya's, jumps out, Soda starts the fight, gets a parley straight to the face, and that intense purple is gonna pop out of the Pinch belly. Gets killed.
And we got the rocket coming in. Will it hit? Is the angle right? No.
Barely in there.
People are attracted to bushes, people.
Yeah. Would have been a good guess, but unfortunate miss for TLDR AM Doug.
They haven't even taken the mid tower.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. And they might finally get it here. Jinx is going to take a minute to get there. Blitz is flanking. I don't think he's going to take the flank, but he is flanking. Nope, looks like they aren't going to be able to get it. Thanks with the rockets, just the clears.
I just want to say the Zanya on Fizz won that fight.
Yeah, Zanya's... Go ahead, sorry.
No, but I just don't understand Luden's Echo. Why not Zanya Lichbane?
I feel like...
He would have been much stronger.
I feel like he looked early on, he was 3-0 if I remember was the start. Everyone else was either even or maybe just a little bit behind. And said, alright, I have to carry, I need to snowball, I guess I should get Luden's, which as an item at that point, I think maybe he got it first item. I didn't see if it was first or second, whether he got Rabadon's first or Luden's first.
Yeah.
It offers
if he got Rabadon's first, I don't.
Period.
We got a flank on the Jinx, and ooh, very close. Oh, but he's going for it still.
Flashes the wall. Oh, a nice Q jump. Oh, the double jump. Nice. Pops the shield. Gets the double kill.
Diana?
All right, Smurf alert. Kick this kid out of factions. He's too good.
That was a really well executed play.
I thought Faker's Smurf account was on EU right now.
I don't know, because I thought I was watching Vel'Koz for a second.
Oh yeah, that was some geometry. Soda dies hard, pops the ult, he wants one more kill, he's not gonna get it on the way. He's taking both towers, gets the kill, or gets the hit before he dies to Diana.
Yeah, and it's funny that Zaun is letting them take all these fights, which is where this super dive, super pick comp is going to excel instead of just sieging up, where they could do nothing.
Yeah, I feel like that's been it. Zaun could have ended this game probably up, turn, ult, knock up the power fist. Ken's gonna finish the ult. Oh no.
And no one's yet taken Tahm Kench's journey. I mean, I wouldn't want to get in that belly either, but...
A little bit of BM back and forth.
Kench, you can.
Get a third. You get the Devour. He gets the stun. He gets the Devour. Oh, but Naga's just gonna turn right on the MF. Is he gonna lifesteal enough? Oh my word! Super Mega Death Ray right to the face, finishes it off. Fizz diving the victor. Trickster kills him. 2 kills on the map. Entirely isolated from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just seeing Zaun taking all these fights they don't need to take. It's just letting the chaos, the fit, the dive, Diana, Fizz, just Gangplank, that fits that perfectly.
I feel like they could have
Like they should be really abusing.
like 15 minutes ago if they wanted to, but they're just having a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah, and that fun's actually about to bite them in the ass. So the gold lead has shrunk to only 2K.
They have an open-ended bot. Dragon's up in 30 minutes. It seems everyone will be back up by then, so we'll see who.
30 minutes, good lord.
Or 30 seconds. Sorry, my my flow of time is a little off today.
There's been so much fighting.
Yeah. We'll see what they do. Not. Oh, or there is a lot of vision. I apologize for Bilgewater, but
there's a lot of
only
vision for the
in
red
one
side.
jungle. Yeah. It's very.
Now,
I'm not sure if I like where those wards are being.
yeah, they're not getting all the most efficient information, but my biggest thing is look how little vision Blue Side has. Once they got the advantage, because they were faffing around, they stopped putting down wards. That's really hurting them now. Oh.
Definitely, if you don't know where they are and you're playing, essentially this is a snowball pick comp. But probably the 2 most accurate words you can give. You need vision.
It's just a Fizz comp.
It's a Fizz comp. You press R and you win. Oh, and Tom Kench might hit here, gets the stun off the 3-stack Q, takes the laser to the face, doesn't matter because he's done.
No, he's just Tom Kench. So.
No, he's gonna get stunned up here. Enough throws down her ult, but it does almost no damage. She tries to go back, pops QSS. That's a little bit too early. Naga comes in, ults. First chum to water on the Warwick. He's just ace tanking all of it. He's out life stealing.
Oh, and Fizz actually ditched the Gangplank there. There was a chance. They might have both died, but there was a chance of getting the Ooh, so close. It's
if nothing else, he could have thrown the Ignite and slowed that Warwick's healing.
And we're seeing it now. It looked like Village was coming back, but Zaun grouped up, sieged, and there's literally nothing that Village can do.
And as Zaun is grouping with 4, the Warwick is currently 1v1ing the Baron and healing up all damage.
Yep. I would not be surprised to see him ping away his friends. He don't want no help. He's a strong, independent Earth.
Oh, no, it's broken. Tap thrown over the wall.
Oh, no.
Not a true solo.
And this is where you see the Warwick rage quit.
This is where Bilgewater gets back into the game.
You know, that's not a happy Warwick. He wanted to prove himself.
Tricksters and miss.
And I don't know if this is the wisest engage by the Fizz.
They're blowing everything on the grenade.
Oh, but instead they turn it and collapse completely upon it.
Gangplank ult comes down. Here comes Chaos Storm on the Diana. Not enough. Tom Kench comes in, devours what looks like the Nagarok. Not enough.
Yep. And we're seeing that super important Kenshin interaction. The second Warwick ulted, he just swallowed him. Completely nullified his damage.
Let's see if Bilgewater can get anything off this, because there's 35 seconds till the next person's back up. Oh, and as I say that, Gangplank ults, or teleports towards bottom lane.
But, let's see. So we got 25 seconds that time. Let's crank. I don't know. I feel like this is dangerous. They do have the Tom Kench ult to get out. So if they use that properly, they get this inhibitor and leave, it'll definitely be a bonus.
Arrows are setting up. Doesn't do anything to the Baron enhanced minion. Looks like they can get this inhib for free, but the blink pick will be up in 1 second. He's up now. Victor's about to follow. One more hit. Come Kench. No! A little bit greedy. Gangplank nopes on out of there.
Yeah, Gangplank did the smart move. And it's really easy to forget that Jinx, that they just did Baron. They just had Baron. And they lost all that because they tried to skirmish in the jungle and got caught.
Yeah, really unfortunate fight, and the game's now at a point where if Zaun takes one bad team fight, they're going to lose.
Yep. And what's key here, folks, is the positioning. If Jinx is out of position, she's dead. Victor, she's dead, because you have Diana and Fizz. They're going to 100-0 anyone who's out of position. And really look at the red vision here.
Started to scatter through bot side, but I don't know. Maybe it'll work.
Yeah. Again, you see very ineffective vision though. They got a ton of wards, but it gives them no information.
Unfortunate chum in the water by Fizz. Goes a little wide. Diana is
flanking.
Brought out. He jumps back to Warwick. Here comes the Gangplank open on top of the wave of bullets. No, nothing happens but a dead fish. Here comes Super Mega Death Rocket! Oh.
Nada.
Misfortune gets devoured, they run away.
That ship doesn't sail today.
That's a free inhibitor. Meanwhile, that was a 4v5. With a slightly cut out Diana, but a 4v5.
And that's the other issue with the Bilge comp, is that if you mess up the dive, you don't recover from that fight.
Yeah, really, really risky dive that fortunately didn't pay off.
Yeah, but Bilge has been doing its dives really well until now, so that's what's been keeping them into this game. And if they do get another really, really good team fight, and they get the Jinx, they get the Warwick and the Victor, they could win this game still.
We'll have to see here. I think this is going to be the deciding fight. Fizz is up in 10 seconds. If you get Home's Guard, he'll be here in no time at all.
Yeah. I really want to see the Kinch ult behind the team here, because if you let them siege, you will lose.
Fizz is coming in now. Doesn't have Home Guard, so he's coming nonetheless. Rocket grab goes wide. A little bit of trade back and forth. We'll see when the first fight starts. Fizz is looking for the flank from the side. It was tongue action going on.
And that super minion is really helping them.
Oh no!
They got it back away. They've got super minions on. Oh, never mind. They got super minions on their inhibitor.
Well, that could be very unfortunate. You quit the minions plenty fast though, but they might just sacrifice the. Oh, the Gangplank will come down and come and Mep gets pulled out of it. Warwick all on the Fizz. Fizz gets eaten by Tom Kench. Oh, the Victor with so much AoE damage on top of the Jinx. Victor in, trying to be a hero, not enough. Jinx goes down. Renekton running away. Diana does live, but there's 3-1. He's gonna try to be a hero. Naga's gonna run her down. Boy, the Ruin King active comes down. She jumps in, but it doesn't matter. That's gonna be the game.
Yeah, that's gonna be GG. You're gonna see the Warwick just tear into those towers. After they got behind, I'm pretty impressed with how Bilge to close that out, but just want to keep team cons. Zaun definitely had that game.
Yeah, and definitely, I feel like you just saw a field game. So I would almost call it a late game siege comp. I would hesitantly put it at. Just eating the snowball comp from Bilgewater.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really helped that Fizz got so fed early. But I wanted to see them press that advantage into the jungle, stop the Warwick from getting fed. Because if you kill that, Renekton's just somewhat big. You can get past their front line completely. And if the Warwick tries to go on you, you kill him.
I know they say hindsight is 20/20, but when you have that Fizz that decides to go Luden's Echo, he has the Luden's Echo and the Rabadons. You have a lot of damage. That's okay. That's your build, but it means you're not going to be team fighting. It means you need to try and push that into the jungle, like you said. Take that fizz, go into the jungle. You're going to be able to 1v1 just about anyone with that damage. No doubt in my mind.
And again, I think the key thing is here. I want to see what they built first. So I think that's really key because if they went Death Cap first, such a
I doubt it, but it might be possible. I think
they went Ludens into Death Cap. I can't. That seems like one of the most inefficient ways to get damage out of Fizz. In my mind,
it's definitely a high damage route, but it hurts you a lot in those team fights where you don't have a Zanya to save your wife. Like it's not bad if you're looking for those 1v1s in the jungle and you're just looking for skirmishes because you're going to pack a lot of damage. But it hurts you in those bigger fights.
And no Sheen. That's usually the first item a Fizz player will buy. No Lichbane. So a lot of Fizz players will go Sheen first. And unless the meta has changed for Fizz, I haven't seen Westor play it. I haven't looked at Westor's items, but really just surprised that was the route they went. Because they could have, if they got the Sheen into Zanya's, into Lichbane, less burst, but Jinx would have died. More burst for the Jinx. Maybe not as much damage long range, but I don't know.
Definitely very unconventional. And I feel like that just kind of spells out the items for Bilgewater in general this game. I would have liked to see Tahm Kench build more aura and team focus. You are really tanky with Face the Mountain, Rain and Zone, Sightstone, Thornmail, and I'm not sure what he's building for last time because all I see is the Chainmail.
That is.
But you're not doing anything for your team. You have your Devour, which has obviously helped your team. You have Face the Mountain. But you could have gotten an Aegis if you really wanted to stop the Victor. Victor wasn't a big deal this game. So it's not a bad thing to not get it, but you should have gotten something else in that place. Frozen Heart to slow down the Warwick. Mikhail's to get rid of some of that CC. Or Righteous Glory to help you start team fights.
Frozen Heart. That Frozen Heart would have been really critical.
Or even Righteous Glory. It even gives you some health, so it gives you a little bit more tank, and then you get that engaged. Sorely we're lacking at times to force certain fights.
Yeah, that's why I think for the game plan wasn't the right pick. As strong as he is right now, Jax would have been perfect, for example, because he would have had that AoE CC. He would have been able to jump in with the others. If you needed the kite back, he could have been used for that. He would have been able to build that frozen heart second item, get a little tanky right away. So. Gangplank with the Renekton being so strong. I'm really impressed, actually, how well he did in lane. Especially against Renekton, who's a super bully. Now, I know Soda's pretty good. So, impressed how he did in lane, but when you add it to the team comp, not sure it's the best decision.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But looking past all that, let's talk about MVPs. I'll start us off for Zaun. I want to give it to the Warwick. There was a lot of really good players on Zaun, a lot of really good plays. If anything, I would give it to the overall team for those beautiful synergy plays, especially the Super Mega Death Rocket from Jinx into Warwick auto that we insta-give them. But if I'm going to put it on a single player, I'm going to give it to the Warwick. Absolutely insane, 1v2s all game, getting a lot of good picks, just kind of setting the tempo for Zaun, which at times may have been a little trolly and power divey, but it worked.
Now, I'm actually tempted to give it... I'm tempted, keep in mind, tempted to give it to Blitz because he had such great hooks in this game, and just for the sheer cheek of building a Mage Eyes, that's just great value. And I feel that Warwick through the game, almost through the game, pretty close because he was just so massive and so strong. But in the end, he did go for soloing the Baron, and he was the deciding factor. So definitely Warwick.
So we have 2 for Naga. Congrats, Naga. You got the MVP for this game, although it's not really a unknown honor to you. For Bilgewater, I'm gonna go with. I'm torn between the Fizz and the Tahm Kench. I think I'm gonna go with Fizz. A lot of really big plays by Fizz. Maybe a little bit too aggressive at times, taking some fights that backfired. But at the same time, a lot of those fights that he took or that he engaged were fights that turned the game for them or kept them in the game. Now,
I think Definitely the Village MVP is a little bit harder. You had people stand out in different portions of the game. Fizz just demolished his lane. The combo together is what really swung those fights, him and Diana. And then you have the Gangplank, which I don't think I've expressed just how much I hate facing Renekton in lane. It's absolutely despicable. And with a crappy laner, he did extraordinarily well. But for most effect on the game, I'm going to have to agree with you again, Fizz. Fizz is going to be the MVP.
All right. Well, we have double agreed, which is always nice. Doesn't happen that often, but MVPs to Warwick and MVPs to Fizz for this game. Congrats to you guys. For all my lovely viewers out there, stick around for the next game. It'll be starting up the next 10 minutes, I suppose. Mike's probably already made the custom. For round 2 of Zaun versus Bilgewater. We're going to see if Bilgewater can snag the title of coolest faction, or if Zaun is going to guarantee they get. Tune in shortly, guys.